Good evening, everyone. We will begin the evening service of the Miroku Association headquarters, expressing our gratitude to God and Meishu-sama for the permission and protection granted us, while participating today in God's divine plan of constructing paradise on this earth. Let us pray together the Amatsu-Norito, the prayer of heaven, followed by the Miroku Prayer. Please stand. Takaamaparani kamsumarimasu. Kamurogi kamuromi no mikoto mochite. Sumemi oya kamu izana gino mikoto. Tsukushi no rimuka no tachi hana no. Odo no ahagi harani misogi harai tamo toki ni narimaseru. Arai dono o kamitachi moro moro no magagoto tsumike bare o arai tamai Kiyome tamae tomao sukoto no yoshi o amatsu kami kunitsu kami ya oyorozu no kami tachi tomo ni ame no fuchi koma no mimi uritatete Hikoshi meseto kashikomi kashikomi mo maosu Miroku o mikami mamori tamae sakihai tamae Miroku o mikami mamori tamae sakihai tamae Oshie miyoya nushi no kami mamori tamae sakihai tamae Oshie miyoya nushi no kami mamori tamae sakihai tamae Kom nagara tamachi haemase. Kom nagara tamachi haemase. Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truths given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei.
May God and Meishu-sama bless you.
Johrei is now concluded. Let us now listen to teachings of Meishu-sama. Happiness. When people cannot detach themselves from greed and unlimited material desire, they ruin themselves in spirit and body. How tragic it is. Many are blinded by greed and temporal pleasures, losing sight of the true path to eternal happiness. Freedom of choice is given to everyone. Through our thoughts, we can create heaven or hell. Two of our most common and characteristically human weakness are ego and attachment. In fact, they are so closely related they could be considered twins. Careful observation of any complicated unsolved problem reveals that its reason almost always lies in these twins. For example, some ego-driven public officials with an inordinate attachment to their office are eventually forced to quit in disgrace. When business people place the pursuit of money and self-profit before the good of their company and fellow workers, they often lose their fortune in the long run. The over-possessiveness of one lover can actually cause the other to seek an end to the relationship. Individuals who make those around them suffer as a result of being obstinate and egocentric eventually bring about suffering for themselves as well. A major goal of religion is to help us rid ourselves of overindulgent egos and extreme attachments. Ever since I learned this truth and began putting it into practice, I have freed myself from a great deal of mental suffering. And in every area of life, I have experienced good results. The adage, do not worry about either the past or the future, is wise indeed.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining the Miroku Association headquarters evening service. Thank you also for your daily prayers towards world peace, the victims of wars, of natural disasters, as well as man-made disasters. This evening, I want to share with you the faith experience of Rita Pereira de Souza from Porto Velho, Brazil. She is now 73 years old, and when she was introduced to our church, she was suffering from depression, was an extremely selfish person, and had difficulties with her relationships. This behavior caused conflicts with her husband and their 6 children. December of 1995, her husband went to get his hair cut. When the hairdresser asked about Rita, her husband commented on the situation she was in. Lady who overheard the conversation said that she knew a prayer that could help Rita and recommended that she visit the Johrei Center. A few days later, Rita indeed visited the Johrei Center and received her first Johrei. She was assisted by a minister who advised her to receive Johrei every day and to dedicate herself to cleaning. After a month, the symptoms of her depression diminished until they ceased completely. Rita became calmer and more patient. Thus, family conflicts practically ceased to occur. Rita took the membership classes, and in March of 1996, she was blessed to receive the Ohikari Sacred Focal Point. She began to dedicate herself to the channeling of Johrei and the distribution of mini flower arrangements, inviting passers-by in front of the center to visit our church. The following year, one of her grandchildren, was 9 years old at that time, was affected by meningitis and experienced severe consequences. He could not walk, speak, and memory lapses. By receiving intensive Johrei, the symptoms gradually disappeared until they completely ceased. Today, at the age of 35, her grandson is completely healthy. He and his wife are Johrei members and actively dedicate themselves to the divine work. In addition to Rita, 12 of her family members also joined our faith. Currently, despite living 12 miles from the Johrei Center, Rita dedicates twice a week, studies Meishu-sama's teachings, and channels at least 10 Johrei every day. She is eternally grateful to God and Meishu-sama, as her life was completely transformed by the intervention of the divine light. Rita now undertakes to remain firm in engaging our practices of faith and to be more useful every day in the construction of paradise on earth. Thank you very much for attending this evening service and listening to this very beautiful faith experience. Wish you all a most pleasant evening.
This brings to a conclusion our evening service. Thank you everyone for joining us. We wish you a very blessed evening.